Hey guys, my name is Patrick Lay, and today I'm here with the one and only Victoria Nguyen, aka Victoria Adventures. Today I'm on behalf of Local Wolves, and we'll be kind of going through an interview, kind of on the take of actors on actors, but kind of like the photographer on photographer. But yeah, we just finished up wrapping up a shoot here at Production House. As you can see, this is our set design for today, and it went really well. How did you kind of feel about that?
It definitely slayed. I literally feel like I am outside, but inside. There's a common theme in my life recently of being outside versus inside. So this is very full circle, and it came out beautiful. Thank you for the set design and creative direction.
Yeah, no, I'm super glad at how it turned out, and yeah, you kind of see that we're outside. Okay, yeah, so let's kind of dive right into the last project that you kind of worked on, quote unquote, called We Outside, kind of resembling this set design that we just mentioned. But yeah, can you kind of share a bit about the story behind it and kind of what drove you to see where you're at with that project right now, post shooting, um, and kind of what the messages that you wanted to convey to your audience or to whoever you were, shooting for. Yeah, so if you wanted to kind of talk about that, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so the We Outside project has a lot to do with my childhood. Growing up, I was never really allowed to play outside with my friends. My friends would knock on my door, and my mom would always answer and say, "Oh, Victoria's busy," or "Oh, she's not at home." And I so happenly was at home and was not busy. And I would just sit in my kitchen window and kind of stare outside and stare at my friends playing. And it was a very tough upbringing for me because I wanted to know what it was like to play outside with friends or enjoy the childhood wanderlust of, just hang out in the park and all those things. But understandably so, my parents were very strict on me growing up and just wanted the best for me, which I understand. But it was tough growing up not having those experiences. So fast forward to my current life and growing up years later, I had this realization that, hey, the world is my playground, the world is our playground, and it's never too late to heal your inner child. So I had this idea to bring my idea of what a typical day in the life of a child would be. So the environment was green grass and blue skies and friends playing around in colorful clothing and just running around doing what they love. And this project was extremely special to me because I was able to do what I love with the people that I love too. And it was extremely full circle. And my friend Jacob actually brought up a point, an idea that stemmed to another part of the project. And it had to do with my looking outside the window in my kitchen scene. And we went to an LED screen
Right.
studio type thing and projected what outside environments I imagined were to be. So like sunsets or like water, and we even like came out and filmed some shots with me and my friend Toma, and it was so beautiful to see it all come together. Those scenes of the outside resembling the windows looking out of versus the outside shots of, oh, we're actually finally outside running around and be able to do things that we love. So that was essentially the project We Outside, and that definitely is one of my favorite projects to date. I feel very deeply about being able to still do the things that you love. It's never too late. Like, try new hobbies, try new things that you enjoy, and it is even better when you do it with people you love it too. So, yeah, it is my favorite project to date, and I want to create more projects that have to do with like nostalgia, my childhood, and just, I don't know, create a whole story because this is very me now. Like,
Right.
I'm constantly surrounded by people that I love, community, and being outside and creating the projects I've always wanted to do. And on top of creating the project with the people that I love, we decided to bring it to life in a photo gallery so all the homies could enjoy it. And it was so beautiful to see everything come to life and see all my friends dressed up in what I described camp, but make it childhood, your favorite childhood outfit. And yeah, it was so beautiful. All my friends dressed up in like their favorite childhood clothing. I remember you came to the party dressed up as
indeed.
Arthur,
Yes.
and that was a show that I loved growing up. So I absolutely loved watching you walk through the doors, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
And seeing everyone being able to experience the gallery and read and learn about it and realize when they were dressed up in their childhood outfits, like, oh my goodness, like this is literally me right now experiencing healing my inner child. Like that was the main goal of the gallery, and what I ultimately wanted people to experience. And the gallery ended up being my birthday party too, and it was one of the best birthdays I've had. And it made it a little even more special because I had a group of friends and I DJ'd together. So we did this thing where we DJ'd back to back, and I essentially played on the theme of like playing with your friends type thing. So we're playing back to back with your friends, and it was fun learning about each other's music styles and stuff, and being able to just have fun, essentially.
Right.
Just having fun doing what you love with your friends. Like that is the main theme and goal of all of this. And the We Outside gallery, birthday party, camp, all of it was such a dream. So it really tied the whole entire project together, from shooting, from bringing the project to life, to having the experiential gallery. Like, yes, that is the best project and my favorite project to date.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, the party was great. Just seeing everyone, enjoy the work and being surrounded by your loved ones, and obviously like dressing up. It was very nostalgic for me. Seeing everyone, yeah, like you said, with their childhood memories and all the stories that they kind of told, like, hey, what are you wearing, or like, what is the inspiration by your outfit? Yeah, but definitely had a lot of fun at that party. So yeah, so for me personally, as a live music photographer and traveling here and there for festivals and whatnot, I feel like I get super tired after a long weekend of traveling and shooting. I guess for you, do you ever experience that in the fashion world? Have you ever burned out from shooting too much, quote unquote too much?
Yes, I have experienced burnout in the fashion world. What keeps me going with all my client work versus my passion projects is having a passion project that I'm looking forward to. No matter if it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, as long as I have something that I'm looking forward to, it will push me through all my client work to fund and to give me the ability to create freely. And I really enjoy having my creative inspiration stem from my friends, my creative experiences, my nostalgia, my childhood, just life in general. Experiencing life gives me the inspiration that keeps me going for my passion projects. So that's how I get through all of this crazy burnout. Life is so crazy, but having something to look forward to and to express yourself is what helps me get through it.
Yeah, so with freelancing, I know it can be really, really tough getting clientele work and constant clientele work. To any aspiring fashion photographers or freelancers out there, what advice or any tips in specific would you give to them, and trying to see where they could, potentially go, maybe get to your spot and where you're at. But yeah, if you had any tips for them.
My advice to anyone getting into photography is just to literally create. I started off with taking self-timer photos on my iPad of me levitating into different galaxies. And for some reason, that was my drive and force of inspiration back in the day. And
Those popped off.
I guess I thought that I was a creative mastermind, and it's just being just unapologetically creating. Like, even if you don't have a quote unquote a model, your friends can be your models. Your friends can be your models. The world is your oyster. You don't necessarily need crazy expensive studio lighting and equipment to create awesome projects. Like, I used a lamp at some point in my life to do my lighting. I honestly don't even know how any of this stuff works sometimes, but we're all still learning, and
Right.
that's what makes it so fun, and creating it with your friends and is literally the full circle concept of healing your inner child. Just do what you love, create with the people who love it too, and you're gonna find your path and adventures to be the photographer of your dreams.
So, final question. What advice would you give to your 15-year-old self?
The advice that I would give my younger self would be to continue doing what you love. I think as a younger creative, I started out being a photographer in yearbook class, and I stuck with it since the 7th grade. And that's what really brought me out of my shell, because like I said, growing up, I didn't get to experience a lot of the childhood things that I had imagined that would be all of the childhood things that I wanted to. So being behind the camera during yearbook class really gave me the courage to create unapologetically, and I have honestly stuck with that ever since, and that was the best decision I've ever made. So I think the advice I would give my younger self is to keep creating and keep doing you and doing what you love with people who love it too.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me and talking about your past and your journey getting to where you're at. It's honestly super inspirational and something that I have always looked towards and looked up to as a photographer as well. But yeah, no, I'm super glad that we got to talk and do this whole photo shoot, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Be sure to check more photos on the Local Wolves website and Instagram. Shout out to Catherine and Sophia. We love you guys. And
Yeah, thank you, Local Wolves. Quick side note, I've loved Local Wolves since the days that I've done
beginning.
levitation photo
The beginning.
photographies. I was always so inspired by their page, their community, their everything that they encompass. So this is extremely full circle. My younger self would be so proud and would not ever imagine, like, oh my God,
we're
you're
shooting
getting,
for Local Wolves, yeah.
yeah, we're shooting for Local Wolves. You're getting interviewed for Local Wolves. Like, they even know that you exist. This is literally such a full circle childhood dream of mine. So thank you, Local Wolves, so much for this.
Thanks guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.